YouTube, how we doing? PPS here. YouTube play of the day. A little bit later today. Had to get some stuff done early. Have a meeting at around noon, so just got to get my stuff in early and get you guys a play today. So I got two spots. Coming off of one of the worst games I've ever watched for a loser of mine. Luckily, I fell asleep at halftime because that was really, really, really bad. We lost. Let me pull it up. After I put in the numbers here, we lost Gonzaga over 137.5, 1 for 35, I think, from three. Still ended up with 120, 115, whatever it was. Like I said, I fell asleep after that first half because it was tough to watch. And obviously that's 11:45 at night, my time when that game was going on. So there's not much to say outside of that. I got two spots for you guys today. Going on to this slate. First play, I'm going to be playing first half under team total for Colorado, 24.5. And I'll obviously get to the next one. When we get there, I'm going to be playing under 24.5. This is an early game. Just heads up, guys. It starts in 3 hours or so. We have Houston, one of the best first half defenses in the country, number one in the country, averaging only 25.9 points per game. Obviously dominant at home, only allowing 23.5 points per game at home this year. But in a neutral site, I think this leans a little bit more towards the under as well. Colorado, not very good at shooting threes. That's really what you got to do against these guys. 32.4% from three. Not great. So makes me really want to back these guys yet again. Obviously, we want to look at earlier in the season, they got, kind of wiped out by Houston in that spot. They scored 59 total points. Houston does what Houston's going to do against everybody, right? They allowed 27 points in that game. That was in the first half. So would have went over in a home game for Colorado, but obviously this one is not a home game for them. This would be a neutral site coming off this one. So Colorado doesn't play fast, middle of the country in pace. Houston going to slow down everybody because they're damn good. They're 10.5 point favorite in the first half, which is crazy with a 59.5 total. But I just don't see a way that we get Colorado flying over this number outside of just some lucky shooting. And obviously free throws at the end of these games. I don't want to mess around with the full game number, but feel the first half number is where I want to be. So first half, Colorado team total under 24.5. I'm going to hopefully get my last one in with Toledo this year. It's Toledo facing off against Ohio. Talked about this game a week ago. Too much pace, too much shooting. Ohio, 43 in the country in terms of pace, 225 in terms of defense, not great. Going over to Toledo, they're going to play fast and play absolutely no defense. They're 354th ranked defense, 92nd ranked offense. They're going to actually get paced up with Ohio. Ohio has too many guards here. Toledo, obviously an older team as well. Todd Kowalczyk he does the same thing. They're always an elite offense, not a very good defense. Toledo hasn't been shooting the ball that well, and they've still been getting to these numbers, which is making me feel actually a little bit better. Just with pace, closer game, should get free throws. Ohio has shown the propensity to get into these shootout type games, which I love. Which usually, Ohio hasn't really been that way in the past. Obviously, AJ Clayton, 14 a game. They got four guys over 13 points per game. AJ Brown must have just crossed that threshold. 38, 40, 37% from three. This is a tough spot for Toledo. I don't think they slow down anybody. I don't think me and four of you guys watching this show, I don't think they would be able to slow us down if we can shoot the three ball. So I think Ohio is going to absolutely go crazy here, but I can't count out my Rockets. I'm going to be going again to that full game over here. I don't want to play the first half over completely on a neutral site, but I think the pace and obviously the inability to play defense on both sides is definitely something I want to be on with a little bit more, a little longer down the road. Ohio being the favorite, 3% free throw shooter for Mitchell, 82% from AJ Brown, 79% for Clayton. I think down the stretch they'll be able to close this out if need be, as well as we get to those free throws and stuff like that. So Toledo, 2.5 point dog. Really like this spot. I think this number's got bet down 3.5 points. I think we're buying in at the right spot. So over 159.5, minus 110, 1.5 unit spot. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to try and keep putting out some stuff separate, even with Past the Prop Cooking. I know we swapped another one, back-to-back shows. Hopefully you've been watching those. Those are obviously a little bit more NBA. I did have a Hunter Dickinson bet last night for college basketball. So should be feeling pretty good over there. So thank you guys. Best of luck today. Make sure you lock these in early. These are earlier start games with conference tournament all day. But appreciate all your support. As always, hit that like button. Hopefully we'll get a couple winners tonight. Have a good one, guys. Best of luck.